Okay, so real quick, can I just say this? Can we get more of this, Mysonne? Can we get more of this, Mysonne? You know, the thinking about what he's gonna say before he actually says it, Mysonne. The leading us with strength rather than leading us with intimidation, Mysonne. Can we get some more of this, Mysonne? Because that other Mysonne, you know, the Mysonne that went off when talking to Akon, Mysonne. You know, the other Mysonne that was, you know, having that conversation with Royce the 5'9", that Mysonne, we don't care for that Mysonne. This Mysonne, no, let's get it. Me and the Notification Gang would like to invite everybody to come join us Monday through Thursday, 9:20 to 10 o'clock for morning coffee, where we discuss the events of the prior day and also just talk mess about stuff. See you then.
Oh, Black Dynamite, I wish it was that simple, but this is much bigger than you and me.
Hey, little mama. It may be bigger than you, and it may be bigger than me, but it ain't bigger than you and me. Can you dig it?
BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Alright, so yeah. So apparently, Mysonne has decided to retract some of the statements that he's I don't even know if you want to call it retract, to be honest with you, but he has switched up his position on where he stands on in the situation as far as Vlad and comments or remarks that were made about Minister Farrakhan, and basically how Vlad in turn treats the community who has helped make him rich, as black people, by the way, so we're not gonna, mince words. So I'm gonna play this clip for y'all real quick. I do not usually have clips this long. It's kind of a long clip, but I wanted to make sure that I didn't leave anything out that was important. So I have this clip that I'm about to play, and it's a little bit, we're gonna be sitting through it, and then after that I'm gonna come back from a commentary.
If somebody's my friend, I'm going to, especially if I know the things that they're saying about you, I haven't experienced. You know, for years, people talk about his website and all of those things. I get it. The blog shit, I've already told him I don't really like his website, but that's neither here nor there. But there were certain things that they were saying that I didn't agree with. I personally connected him with the NOI, and he's done interviews with them. He's had security with them. They've had a relationship. So when people say there was a preconceived hate for the minister, I don't agree that. I've never seen it. I've had conversation with him about the minister in which he told me that he wanted to interview him, and he thought he was, somebody was for the culture and things of that nature. I've never heard him say anything negative about the minister in my 12 years. Somebody might have a different experience, but I've never heard one. So that brings me to where we are now. So I had a conversation with Vlad, after the Royce, prior to the Royce conversation, and as I replayed the conversation, and I listened to Lord Jamar and Godfrey's video that they posted up. And there was one thing that got me, he said it to me too, and I wasn't even thinking about it. He said that his business has not been affected. He made a reference to Nick Cannon and said, Nick apologized because his money was affected. People apologize for two reasons: because either they genuinely feel like they want to apologize or their money is affected. So listening to Lord Jamal saying, he said, well, we had the best month. Vladtv has had the best month. And that right there was something that didn't sit well with me, when I stood by his decision, his own personal decision not to make an apology, I thought it was based on integrity, that nobody's going to force you into an apology. You righted it wrong, and nobody can force you into an apology. But now, after listening to what he said to Lord Jamal and running back what he said to me, he is willing to make an apology if his money is affected. You understand what I'm saying? It means that If the people he worked for and he's doing business with decide, yeah, you need to make an apology because it's going to affect your bottom line, then he would make an apology. But the people who supported you, such as myself, Lord Jamar, Godfrey, people who you call friends and we called you friends and we willing to stand by you, you know, because I'm loyal to a fault. That's the person I am. If you're my friend, then I'm going to ride with you. That's just who I am. Win, lose, or draw, we're going to fight when we get home, but I'm going to ride with you. I'm going to call you out when you do some bullshit. I'm going to say it's wrong, but I'm going to ride with you long as I know that your intentions are genuine and they based on integrity. And that's why my hat says integrity over income. So when you start to say, well, my money is not affected, and Vladtv has had the best month it's ever had, then I realized that we morally conflict, because I was standing by a man who was making a decision based on integrity. I was standing by a man who said he was willing to deal with whatever came with the backlash, you know. But I realized you just willing to lose us black people, us black friends you have, us black supporters, us black anybody, rather than lose the business. Because if the white man that you work with who was cutting your checks decided, yo, you got to make an apology, you would make that apology because it would affect your bottom line. So that means that you're willing to sacrifice black people. You're not willing to sacrifice your money. You're willing to sacrifice your black fans and your black friends and everything. You're willing to put us in positions that we stand by you, long as it doesn't affect your money. That's something that I morally conflict with. And as a man, I can't stand by that, you know. And I realize I'm loyal to a fault, but I understand the line where you draw with friendship, because my integrity means everything. Like people tell you, yeah, I went to jail for 7 years because I wouldn't tell somebody else to do the crime. That's how I am. I'm built like that. It's not a soldier. I think that's a general's mentality. I'm willing to deal with whatever comes with being involved with something. If I'm in the streets, I'm going to abide by the laws of the streets. When I'm not in the streets, I'm going to abide by the laws of whatever, you know, institution that I get involved with, because I'm wholehearted. This is who I am. I deal with integrity. I deal with morals, values, and principles. And that's what I stand on. So after listening to Vlad say that his money hasn't been compromised and that his bottom line hasn't been compromised, that's a quagmire for me. So you don't believe that us black people and friends of yours have the ability to affect your bottom line. So you don't have to apologize. You're not apologizing because it's based on integrity. You're not apologizing because it's based on the fact that us black people and people who have an issue with you can't affect your bottom line. That's where the code comes in for me, you know. And I wouldn't even want to make this statement because this is a person that I called my friend. But when I realized that you're willing to compromise me and put me in compromising positions but standing behind you and it's based off money, then we have a different... I will die with a friend of mine. If I call you my friend, I'm going to die. I don't care what color you are. You can be green. If I call you my friend, then I'm going to die with you and for you.
Alright, so we just heard from Mysonne. There's a couple of things I want to say, and the first thing I want to absolutely say is I definitely appreciate him reconsidering his position, because before we even go into everything, I just appreciate him reconsidering his position. Mysonne is part of a very extremely important group right now, globally, not just in America, globally. So it's very important that he leads from a position of strength rather than a position of being a bully. And the way that the Vlad situation was initially handled, because of his not acknowledging or not referencing certain aspects of what our people don't like about Vlad, like he did in this particular conversation that he had on IG, it made it seem like he was, at least to me, it made it seem like he was minimalizing the negative impact that Vlad has on our community. Vlad has an extreme negative impact on our community. Let's just be clear on that. Usually, whenever he interviews someone, even if he has the ability to, highlight very important matters, usually what he wants to do is highlight the sensationalism. So that's just to be on point, just to bring that up. Anyway, so I want to talk directly about a couple of things that he said. And the number one thing I want to say to lead off all of this, it wasn't in the clip, I don't believe, that I just showed, but Vlad says that he spoke with Royce the 5'9" at some time. I guess after he spoke with Royce this time, or whatever the case might be, or Royce said something to him, and now he's actually paying attention to the gravity of it, where allegedly, I don't know if this is what he was saying definitively. You would have to ask Mysonne himself, but it sounded like he said that Royce told him that Vlad had gave him money. Now, just so we can be clear, there is nothing wrong with a friend lending friends money. I've lent friends money a ton of times. Friends have lent me money. I've given friends money. Friends have given me money. So let's just be 100% transparent on this. There's nothing wrong with friends giving or lending each other money. It's just that's the way of the world. Period. So the thing that bothered me about when he brought up the particular conversation was, it sounds to me like Vlad said that to Royce the 5'9", and we've all heard Vlad speak, but Vlad said that to Royce the 5'9", basically trying to denigrate, or basically trying to speak negatively about Mysonne. At least that's the way it seems like it was interpreted. Because if somebody calls you up and say, yo, my car's busted, I need some help paying my car, when you're having a conversation with somebody else about that, you don't say, yo, I just lent the money. Like, that's not the conversation. Perfect example, there's been people that have been a part of this channel that have asked me for money before, a couple of times. I've given money when I can, because I do want to help when it's possible. So there are specific individuals who I had got personal relationships with, and then they had asked me for help at one point or another, and I had the ability to help them. Now, if I don't have the ability to help you, there's nothing I can do. So I say all that to say this. The only time I've ever brought up about how I have helped someone is basically to say, well, yo, look, this person, they talking bad about me and trying to, speak bad on who I am and my character, but this is the same person that comes to me when they needed help and I gave it to them. So my point is, Mysonne up until today had not said anything negative about Vlad. There was really zero reason for Vlad to even talk about that to Royce the 5'9", and that is basically what Vlad does when he interviews people. He gives misinformation. He gives half of information. He doesn't speak he doesn't speak in a manner in which he tells you the whole story, but then he wants you to reply. That's literally what he does in his interviews, what he just did right there. Okay, so also, just so we can be clear on another thing, Mysonne brought up another great point. That Vlad is basically not going to apologize because it's not going to hurt his bottom line. But if Vlad, was to lose money, then he'll be real quick to apologize. But you see, he don't look at us. Y'all go on his show and y'all talk to him. I get it. But Vlad doesn't see us as any way but a way to make income, to make money. Period. I just want to point out that Vlad is always trying to get people in our community, black people, to argue with other people who are not black. Like, he's the only white person or only non-black person that has a right to speak about or be in hip-hop. I think that we as a culture need to pay attention to that and treat him accordingly. Vlad does not own the culture. Vlad does not own hip-hop. Okay? We as a people need to stand together and let him know this. Now, with all of that being said, Mysonne said something, and I don't know if y'all picked up on it, right? But Mysonne said, basically, when him and Vlad used to be friends, he said that reference. He said, when we were friends, used to be friends, alluding to the fact that him and Vlad are not tight anymore. Now, this is an 11-year relationship that Mysonne say him and Vlad have. I have no reason to question that. I believe it. So he's saying him and Vlad has been friends for 11 years. He's not fucking with Vlad no more. If Mysonne, somebody who, this guy's out there fighting the police, y'all, publicly, right? Just be clear on this. I big up Mysonne all the time on this channel, and also when he does weirdo shit like defending Vlad, we gonna talk about that too. Because if you want me to big you up when you doing some weirdo shit, that mean you content over here, homie. So that's just saying what it is. So when Vlad says that, when Mysonne says that he don't fuck with Vlad no more, that's basically what he said. He said, yo, when we used to be friends, you know, we were friends, yo, we were cool. He made a reference like that. I think that's a good enough point to say, yo, look, any more of you black people going on Vlad's show, at this point you cooning. Okay? At this point you cooning. Now, I think that we need to have a call to arms in this particular situation. Because the biggest and best point that Mysonne brought up is, Vlad says that this does not hurt his bottom line. He's still going to make money. People are still going to watch him no matter how he treats black people, basically. No matter what he says about black people, no matter how he goes at us, no matter how much misinformation he puts out, no matter how many of us he gets locked up, we still gonna fuck with him. So this does not hurt his bottom line. Black folks, I don't watch Vlad, so I'm not talking about me. But if you feel like watching Vlad, I'm gonna say the same thing I always say. I can't tell you to not. But I think Mysonne has made it extremely clear. When you're a person like Mysonne and you leap out on a ledge to defend somebody, and then they treat you with the just, you know, brush you off of their shoulders with the comments that he made, basically telling his business to Royce that was unnecessary. And also, to be plain clear, Vlad is saying that he don't care what celebrity friends he has. He doesn't care how many he doesn't care that the majority of his content is created for us. Do you understand this? The majority of Vlad's content is created for us. Do you understand that if all minorities decided that they weren't going on Vlad no more, he doesn't have a show? If blacks decide to stop being interviewed by Vlad, all he's going to be able to do is play his old clips. He don't have a show. Vlad doesn't do regular videos. He does interviews. Literally. All we have to do is say, we don't want to fuck with Vlad no more. I'm a very small channel who have been going through a lot of bullshit. Hell, living in a hotel as we speak. This shit is expensive. Interview with me. I'm not going to try to send you to jail. I got a ton of weirdo shit happening around me. I was fighting with my family on the internet. All type of stuff is going on. I got a hate group that's been chasing me down for 2 years because one of their members couldn't extort me. I got a ton of shit going on. But you want to know one thing? You will not find anywhere where I lacked integrity. I have actual interviews where people were speaking and they were saying things they probably shouldn't have said, and I cut them off. We're not doing that. You are not going to jail on my show. Come interview with me. Jack Frost, BBN. Now, with all of that being said, Vlad has made it quite obvious that he likes to manipulate our people. He manipulated Mysonne. Now, I'm not saying he manipulated Mysonne as far as trying to speak down on Mysonne's character nor his intelligence. I'm saying that when you are someone's friend, you're willing to often extend them certain niceties that you would not to other people. So I'm pretty sure he manipulated Godfrey. I'm pretty sure he manipulated Boozy. I'm pretty sure he manipulated every single which one of y'all guys that go on his show. We seen what he did to Tekashi baby moms. Okay? He left her to hang out to dry just because of his affinity with Tekashi. Just because he wanted to attack Tekashi so bad, he left her baby moms out there to dry. His baby mom's out there that hung out the dry. Why? What did she do to you? Why did you need her to read the freaking paperwork? Anyone could have read that paperwork, just so we could be clear. He could have read the paperwork his damn self. Get it? So shout out to Mysonne. I just want to put this video out because we've been going hard on homie no homo. We've been going at dude for his position on Vlad previously. So could we clap it up? Could we put some clap it up down in the chat, please? I want y'all to put some claps out in the comment section. I want y'all to shout out Mysonne. I want y'all to pull up to Mysonne IG, drop some frost in there. We always fuck with Mysonne. We never not fucked with him. It's good to see that he's not letting his long friendship with Vlad cloud his judgment any further. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.
Oh, Black Dynamite, I wish it was that simple, but this is much bigger than you and me.
Hey, little mama. It may be bigger than you, and it may be bigger than me, but it ain't bigger than you and me. Can you dig it?